You know, if I could be serious for a moment, you know, you hear people say all the time that we Americans aren't as civilized as we used to be, not as humane as we once were. After all these years that have gone by, half the people blame that on Vietnam, the other half blame it on Watergate. I blame the whole situation on Colonel Sanders. And I know you're sitting there and you're saying, I hope he explains that. I will, that's my job. You realize before Colonel Sanders came along, the only thing that ate dinner out of a bucket was a hog? Now he's got everybody doing it. Let's say you go down to the Kentucky Fried Store. They're waiting on the man in front of you. He's about 5'8". He weighs 340 pounds. He can't hardly breathe. And I'm glad to see y'all find that funny. Yeah, a man's gasping for air? Yeah, we'll laugh at that. You're my kind of people. Now, you know how they got the menu on the wall over the counter? All this man can do is breathe and point. Like, and the girl says, can I help you? I feel so stupid doing this. At this point in the show every night, you know what thought goes through my mind? James, why don't you just go get a job? It's too late. You know, I could have been a forklift operator. I could. My dad was, and his dad before him. When I got out of high school, my dad could have got me on down there at the plant where he works, just like that. But did I take it? No. I want a bucket of chicken. And then the girl says something ridiculous like, how do you want that cooked? You want original, extra crispy, or what? Trust me, people, this man don't care. She could spit in there, he don't care. Give him a live chicken, he'll kill it. She's talking to a human being that's about to eat a bucket of food. This is true. This is about less than 6 months ago. I worked on the show with a 25-year-old comedian.
Yeah.
All right. And that's younger than me.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Now, younger than me, but still, as a grown man, he's 25.
25.
A grown man, it's not like a baby or something. He says to me, are you going out to eat after the show? I said, sure. He said, can I go with you? I said, sure. Big mistake. I went to a TA truck stop. I love truck stops late at night. Mm-hmm. But keep in mind now, to understand this story and why I was embarrassed, we were at a truck stop. Not a five-star French restaurant. Yeah. It's a truck stop.
Nobody's wearing makeup.
I mean, there's real men in there. You know what I'm saying? Really. There's an acre of 18-wheelers out there. Okay?
Yeah.
In the middle of the night. Okay. Yeah. We go in. We sit down. Waitress comes over. Big woman. You know, that's the kind of waitress I like. Big one. You know. Yeah. A lot of pounds. Not a lot of teeth, but a lot of pounds. Gotcha. Mustard everywhere. Just mustard everywhere. You know. Anyway, this young guy, all he wanted was a salad. Nothing wrong with it. But he asked this truck stop waitress, did she know whether or not any of those salad ingredients had any pesticides?
Oh, well.
Had been any and she said, well, we spray for roaches every now and then, but I don't think none got on the lettuce. Wait, now this gets worse. This gets worse. Now listen, keep in mind now that she's talking to a man. Then she said, what kind of dressing you want? He said, raspberry vinaigrette. She looked at me. She said, you know what he's talking about? I said, no. Now, I won't go on about this, but now, a few minutes later, she goes, remember, it's just food. Puts the food in front of him. He looks at it, he goes, oops. Now, what grown man says oops? He said, I can't eat that. I didn't know it come with cheese on it. He said, I'm lactose intolerant. I can't eat that.
Yep.
It's got cheese on it.
Yep.
And she said, honey, that's not lactose cheese, that's cheddar cheese.
People should laugh every day. It's good for you. The problem is you can't go out and see a comedian every night of the week. You people have got to learn to amuse yourselves. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips. Like, for instance, the next time you're the lead car in a funeral procession, make a wrong turn. Oh, what the heck? Lead everybody through a car wash. Hot wax for the bereaved. They like that, you know. And my favorite thing, you can do this anytime. The next time you're in the supermarket, put things in other people's buggies when they're not looking. And then get behind them in the checkout line. I swear, you'll see them, they're just like this, like. I don't remember getting that. Then they'll pay for it. If this is just for you guys out there, any of you fellows that use a shave cream called Gillette Foamy, you can verify this when you get home. Gillette Foamy now has a warning on the can. First of all, how dangerous can anything named Foamy be? You wouldn't name your poodle Foamy. But on this shave cream, it now says, warning, keep away from open flame. You know what that means? Sometime in the past, some nut has said to his wife, honey, I think I'll sit in the fireplace to shave. Before we get too far into the show, let me tell you something. Everywhere I go, people come up to me and they say, every time I see you, you're happy, you're smiling, you're in a good mood, don't you ever get depressed. I learned in traveling over this great land of ours and most of the world that no matter who you meet, where they're from, what color they are, once you realize we're all equal, you feel better about everything. There's three things in this life I can't stand. Hatred, bigotry, midgets. I'm sorry, I just don't like them. You ever wanted to spray a midget with Raid to see what it would do? You know, make it wiggle a little bit. You know what gets me? Think about this. Everyone in this room has seen a midget before. No one in here ever sees more than one midget at a time. You go over to the mall. There'll be thousands of people. One midget. Could be a law, I don't know. But you've never seen a daddy midget and a mama midget and a station wagon full of midget kids. If midgets never get together with other midgets, how do we keep getting more midgets? It's worrying me to death. I know what I'm talking about. I used to own a midget. I did. I got him for my birthday when I was a teenager. What I really wanted was a go-kart. And my parents couldn't afford it. They said, well, let's get him a midget. This is going to remind you of somebody you know. If they're no longer with you, it'll bring back good memories to you. Maybe your favorite aunt, your grandmother. You're the ones that you saw. Well, if you didn't see them on Sunday, you'd see them on special occasions. You know, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving, somebody's birthday. The big, wide, fat, overweight relative. The one we love so much. Get up from the supper table. First of all, though, everybody else is already up from the table.
They're in the living room. She's still in the kitchen. And she would just yell to the next room. I'll be there in a minute. I'm just going to get a biscuit and sop this up. That could be what's wrong with the country. A whole generation of Americans who've never heard the expression, sop it up. And then she come into the living room and flopped down in the nearest chair, the first chair she came to. And to a little kid, it always looked like it was in slow motion. Because we always thought for sure the chair was going to break. She'd come in, she'd be like, oh, Lord. I ate more than I planned to. I think starting tomorrow, I'm gonna go on some kind of a diet. Well, no, I can't tomorrow. Hell, we're going to Cracker Barrel tomorrow. I don't know why meatloaf lays on my chest. Seems like it's right there. It won't go no further. Oh, I wish Nana brought my gas pills. I didn't know you put onion in your meatloaf. Lord knows I can't eat cooked onions. Oh. You know, I could have a hiatal hernia. If I knew my insurance would pay for it, I'd get me an MRI. Because sometimes the x-ray don't show everything on fat people. If y'all would wait a few minutes, I'd help with those dishes. This is true. This is about less than 6 months ago. I worked on the show with a 25-year-old comedian.
Yeah.
All right. And that's younger than me.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Now, younger than me, but still, there's a grown man. He's 25.
25.
A grown man. It's not like a baby or something. He says to me, "Are you going out to eat after the show?" I said, "Sure." He said, "Can I go with you?" I said, "Sure." Big mistake. I went to a TA truck stop. I love truck stops late at night. Mm-hmm. But keep in mind now, to understand this story and why I was embarrassed, we were at a truck stop. Not a five-star French restaurant. Yeah. It's a truck stop.
Nobody's wearing makeup.
I mean, there's real men in there. You know what I'm saying? Really. There's an acre of 18-wheelers out there. Okay?
Yeah.
In the middle of a night, okay? Yeah. We go in, we sit down, a waitress comes over, big woman, You know, that's kind of waitress I like. Big one, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of pounds, not a lot of teeth, but a lot of pounds.
Gotcha.
Mustard everywhere, just mustard everywhere, you know? Anyway, this young guy, all he wanted was a salad. Nothing wrong with it. But he asked this truck stop waitress, did she know whether or not any of those salad ingredients had any pesticides?
Oh, well.
Had been any and she said, well, we spray for roaches every now and then, but I don't think none got on the lettuce. Wait, now this gets worse. This gets worse. Now listen, keep in mind now that she's talking to a man. Then she said, what kind of dressing you want? He said, raspberry vinaigrette. She looked at me. She said, you know what he's talking about? I said, no. Now, I won't go on about this, but now, a few minutes later, she goes, remember, it's just food. Puts the food in front of him. He looks at it, he goes, oops. Now, what grown man says oops? He said, I can't eat that. I didn't know it come with cheese on it. He said, I'm lactose intolerant. I can eat that.
Yep.
It's got cheese on it.
Yep.
And she said, honey, that's not lactose cheese, that's cheddar cheese.
And I know, being average Americans, every day of your life, this thought goes through your mind at least once. Some mornings when you wake up, it's the first thought on your mind. And that is, wonder why anybody wants to be on Family Feud. Well, here's what I think. I keep visualizing some family out around Nebraska or Iowa, sitting around the dinner table one evening. The husband says, honey, you know what? They ought to be a way that we can let this whole country know our family's illiterate. Now, wait a minute. I know everybody here in Des Moines knows it already. I mean, coast to coast, just let them know we don't have a lick of thing. You know? So you end up watching them on the show. The lady introduces everybody. Now, Richard, I'd like for you to meet our handsome son, Eric. And that makes you sit up straight because you can see Eric's ugly. Eric's a senior at UCLA. He'll be graduating this year. And you're thinking Eric's going to do all right on this show. He's going to college. Now, later on in the program, it's Eric's turn to answer. And we all know what tough questions they have on Family Feud. Now, see, once again, in Mississippi, that line won't work. Down there, when I say, you know what tough questions they have on Family Feud, the whole audience is going, oh, yeah, boy. Anyway, the question for Eric is, name one of the states that begins with the letter K. And of course, Eric is stumped on this. But just before the buzzer sounds, he says Connecticut. Am I upset with Eric? No. It's that family of his. Good answer. Good answer. And they paid for his education. Like, yeah, that's good, Eric. See, I don't want to sound like a snob, but if I'm going to watch TV, it's going to be something cultured and educational, like People's Court. Laugh if you want to, but I'm going to tell you something. If my neighbor's cat ever pees on my rug and she won't pay to have it cleaned, I may go see Judge Wapner myself. Yeah. You know what I like about that show? Halfway through the show, they pause long enough to tell me and you. They say, these people are not professional actors. Had me fooled for so long. Of course, one good thing about television, the commercials are getting honest. There's one on now that tells the truth. You've heard it. It's not a car, it's a Volkswagen. Well, it's about time they fessed up on that. And then, of course, they still got the stupid ones, like the one for X-Lax. We're talking about a laxative now. In the commercial, you've got this grown woman talking to her grown daughter. They refer to X-Lax as their family's best friend. Wonder where they go for Christmas dinner, huh? The next time that commercial is on, you listen carefully to what the man says. Now, he's talking about a laxative. He says, and I quote, "It works while you sleep." I don't want that. No, I want to be up and awake, ready to go. When I first heard that, I said to myself, I said, what a laundry bill, you know. What? You said, Mama, who was that? That was Cecil. His daddy died today. Yeah, the way he tells it, and we always say that, the way he tells it, like he might be making this up. The way he tells it, his daddy had been outside cutting grass. Well, ever since they bought that riding mower, hell, he cut grass every damn day. He just got there and ride. Well, you know, they bought him that riding mower last summer after he cut off 3 toes on his right foot. That was him being damn bullheaded. You on the mower where it says keep hands and feet away from blade? He said, it's my damn mower. They can't tell me what to do. Well, anyway, listen. So Cecil and the other kids went in together, and they bought him this riding mower. I told them when they bought that mower, I said, look, that man's 82 years old. He don't need no damn 12 horsepower. But they wouldn't listen. Sears had that damn sale going on. Nothing down, no payments till April. They said, we'll just add that to what we already owe. Well, listen, when he turned 80, they took away his weed eater. He was chasing bumblebees with it. Well, he wore those real thick bifocals. Remember that? He wore bifocals. So when he would look up like that right there, look up. That bumblebee like a buzzard to him. And then, of course, when he would look down like that right there, look down. He was so proud. Trouble was, his wife didn't wear bifocals. Well, anyway, they get this big mower, and sure enough, he was riding that damn mower to the mall. Had a handicap sticker. We know he had that bad foot and everything. Cutting through people's yards. Everybody had one mowed strip. And they were pissed. Well, anyway, he had no business cutting grass today. It was 98 degrees out there, and Cecil said, Daddy, you ought not cut grass today. You just cut it yesterday. He said, I know, but it might be raining tomorrow. Bless his heart, he thought cutting grass was just like a bowel movement. You ought to do it every day. Matter of fact, that's what he do, get up every morning and shit that mower. There's something. And hell, they just wait on it. And as you hear these Democrats and Republicans debate both sides of everything, and your minister even, or your governor and mayor and all like this, trying to figure out how come the kids are out of control and they used to didn't be that way and what can we do? Here's what happened. I'm going to act it out for you. Let's go back to a time when I was 13, or you, even as young as you are. Say I was 13. And I get up in the morning, walking down in the kitchen area, my father, we were sitting at the breakfast table, my fat-ass father, in his boxer shorts. He'd be burping or belching. There'd be so much cigar smoke in there you couldn't see, like fog. There's so much cigar smoke. On my father's breakfast plate in front of him would be a small fried pig. Pork, damn it, pork, fried pork. That's what's wrong with this country now. We've got a whole generation of Americans who have never heard the expression, sop it up. So then you have that greasy breakfast, a lot of bread, white bread. You hear me? Damn white bread. Manly white bread. White bread. None of that modern day, all natural, multi-grain, dark brown, looks like a wad of dog bread. No. He had white bread and butter, real damn butter. His daddy ate butter, his granddaddy ate butter, and by God, he ate butter. None of this, I can't believe it's not butter. And guess what they got for some of you young guys now? You young guys, those of you who go over to Applebee's or TGIF Fridays and pay $7.95 for their stir fry. You know what stir fry is? Cauliflower, carrots, and broccoli. Same shit my daddy used to give to the hogs. They steam it in olive oil, charge you $8 damn. Not only are you a wuss, you're a dumbass. Guess what they got for you guys now? Not only do they have, I can't believe it's not butter, they got, I can't believe it's not butter spray. Have you seen their commercial? They got butter spray now. Squirt. I'm going to tell y'all something. You can tell the world that I said so. If I ever see a young guy squirting butter, squirt, I'm going to ask him out on a date. I think he'll go. I think I'll enjoy it. Eat like a woman, act like a woman. And my daddy would be eating a jar of jelly, a whole jar of jelly. None of this modern day $7 a pint, all natural fruit spread. My daddy had sugary, teeth rotting damn jelly. 49 cents a gallon. But anyway, here's the point. When he would catch a glimpse of me out of the corner of his eye, coming out of the bedroom, my daddy would start talking to me without even looking up from the plate. He said, boy, don't you even look in the kitchen because you're not going to eat this morning. You should have got your butt out of bed when your mother started calling you an hour ago. Now, why don't you grab those school books and get out by the highway and wait on the bus? Because if you miss school one more time, you ain't going to live to be 13.
Some of y'all may know this. For the past 2 years, I've been dealing with an equilibrium problem. Y'all know what that is? Hell, you just fall down. And it's getting worse than better. And 3 days ago, I fell in the parking lot at the bank. However, about 3 weeks ago, I took a major fall. I just hit my head. I called the paramedics. They got there very quickly. I was in the hospital for 2 days. They did all kind of testing, and they assured me that there was no brain damage. I said, hell, no brain damage. I'll just go to Nashville. So, hell, here I am. but anyways, just so you know, folks, I've only fallen one time while I was performing, and that was in Talladega, Alabama, at the Ritz Theater. And here's what happened. This was not even around. I just moved forward like a foot, and I fell flat on my face, and the audience started applauding. That was part of the show. And I made the mistake of saying, I've fallen and I can't get up. They thought I was doing a skit, and they just kept applauding. They wouldn't help me up. So you folks on the front row right here, if I topple over and you don't catch me, I'm going to sue you. So, but everything's good, though. Hell, I'm in great shape. Just glad to be here. There's always something going on. The year before all that started, people thought I was kind of handicapped because I couldn't hardly walk with my right leg. What happened was I had pulled a groin muscle. If you fellows have ever pulled a groin muscle, that can be devastating. And I was so embarrassed because I pulled a groin muscle at Golden Corral. I'm not making this up. Dan McGinney would tell you this happened. We were on Interstate 85 going towards Charlotte. I saw a billboard that said, all you can eat buffet. I said, well, hell, let's just have lunch. Exited, went down this access road. As we were approaching the entrance to Golden Corral, a church bus. Yeah. A women's auxiliary bus. A whole busload of fat Christian women. I mean, God bless them. I told Dan, I said, we better run. If those fat women get in line first, we'll be here all damn day. And that's what happened. I was just rushing, not paying attention. As I come in the entrance, somebody had spilled either tea or water on the floor. I didn't see it. I slipped. I caught my left hand on this hand railing, but my right leg kept going. Ah, damn, it hurt. And it really hurt when I woke up the next morning. So what I did, I went to one of those little urgent care centers. They did some x-rays, and the doctor told me, he said, you have pulled a groin muscle. I said, are you sure? He said, well, somebody pulled it. I said, well, it had to be me. So the moral of the story is this, folks. Don't make fun of people. God will knock you down. I made fun of those fat women, and God came in my eyes like, man, you're about to do it.
Your humor plays right into that, talking about one of the great American pastimes, and that is family and friends just hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah, we don't have enough of that anymore, I don't think.
Socializing.
Yeah.
Fellowship.
Yeah.
Eating.
I mean, you don't have to be real old. You can be in your 20s or early 30s, and you're still old enough to remember when people could actually sit around and talk without a cell phone glued to the ear.
And it's very hard
cell
to
phones
tell.
are kind of new in society, basically about a decade, really.
Yeah.
Well,
it dawned on me. I was talking with a friend of mine this past weekend, and we were headed outdoors to go hang out, and he was talking about something happened at some time, and he was just in college, and he's in his early 40s. Right. And he said, and they had to try to find me. They just called the phone of a friend's where I was over at his house because we didn't have cell phones. And I thought, wow.
Right.
Yeah,
That's odd.
Good you know. So
Yeah.
So I don't tolerate that much. In other words, like you see them in restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
People go out as a family to eat. There's 5 members of a family sitting there, 4 of them on the cell phone talking during dinner. You see people eating with one hand, talking with the other, and I'm thinking, what phone call could be that important? What's really that important?
Right. And you know that mamas have changed because my mama wouldn't tolerate a hat. A hat.
Not us either.
Singing. I don't know where that one came from. I said, now who declared we can't sing? In some reason, there was some rule. Did you have that in your family?
Oh, yeah. You don't sing at the table.
You don't sing.
Yeah.
You go to the table to eat and you talk.
Because you have to open your mouth.
I can remember being at the supper table and the phone ringing. Of course, you don't have to get up to answer it. My dad wouldn't let us.
Yeah, we do that now.
Yeah.
What do you do? What would he do?
Just give us that look. Remember, there's no voicemail then, no answer machines. Yeah.
No caller ID.
Yeah, hell, they'll call back. And now you see people where but really, that's what it,
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? But you know what?
And that's the way I still am, Like, my cell phone's in the car. I never take my cell phone. I don't take my cell phone in buildings.
I text one time in front of James.
I would never take my
bad. Yeah.
Texting, don't get me started on that.
Yeah, he threw it right in the potatoes.
I have a very cool, hard stance on texting.
Right.
Every time I read in the paper, here on the news, where these single car accidents, where they were
Texting, right,
ran off the road, hit a tree, and died. I'm so glad they're dead.
James!
I am.
James Gregory! Can I say
really,
we're off to
I'll
a
tell you
blistering
why.
pace today?
No, I'll tell you why.
Right.
I'll tell you why.
You're saying only single car accidents.
Because sometimes, you cross the median to hit an innocent person.
Yeah, and you're not for that.
No, but see, I tell you why I'm glad they're gone. They're out of my way, for one thing. Number two is, if these idiots who text and drive,
I don't know why we do that.
if they do that on a regular basis, tomorrow they could cross the line and hit my sister.
Yeah.
Tomorrow they could cross the line and hit my nephew and niece or the people I love.
I agree.
So if they go ahead and die today, I'm okay with that.
But that's the reason why I've never understood why we're having to have a law about people texting and driving. How can there be people that think they should text and drive?
Well, they're just idiots. See, that's one thing you can't legislate. You have places.
working does not bother me at all.
Yeah, and I think we all took for granted that would be an attribute that would continue to be prominent in our society. And I can't even wrap my mind around someone who doesn't work. That
doesn't want to work.
Yeah, that physically and mentally can. It boggles the mind that anyone who is physically and mentally capable of working will choose not to work or have no issue with not working.
And I also think, too, sometimes it depends on who raised you, who'd you grow up with. My dad, uneducated gentleman, and my mom, for that matter. My dad never got past the 4th grade. My mother never got past the 3rd grade. But my father, here's something that he told me and my brother a zillion times when we was growing up. My dad would say, nobody owes you anything.
Right.
Nobody owes you anything.
Right.
And my dad always went to work, or he went out looking for work. And I'm my father's son.
Yeah, that is something that we all miss, and we used to think that was a given. And most of the people that you knew when we were growing up had dads that pretty much sent the same message. Yeah. But now that is not a given.
Here's how ridiculous that health craze is getting. There's a lot of guys, maybe some guys in this room tonight, who actually have a membership at a local gymnasium. A membership that they bought. They bought it. They damn bought it. I know one fool that had it financed. He's making payments on it. These are grown men. They keep a membership card in their wallet. They have to show that to get in. Look, I'm a member. Can I come in? Like the rest of us is going to be trying to crash a damn gym. If you have a membership at a gymnasium, in layman's terms, here's the meaning of that. That means you went to a businessman in your community and you said to him, look, if I give you part of my hard-earned money, will you let me come in here every day after work and lift something heavy? And the guy goes, well, yeah. You got any stupid friends you can bring with you?
If I could be serious for a moment. You hear people say all the time that we Americans aren't as civilized as we used to be, not as humane as we once were. After all these years that have gone by, half the people blame that on Vietnam, the other half blame it on Watergate. I blame the whole situation on Colonel Sanders. And I know you're sitting there and you're saying, I hope he explains that. I will, that's my job. You realize before Colonel Sanders came along, the only thing that ate dinner out of a bucket was a hog? Now he's got everybody doing it. Let's say you go down to the Kentucky Fried Store. They're waiting on the man in front of you. He's about 5'8". He weighs 340 pounds. He can't hardly breathe. And I'm glad to see y'all find that funny. Yeah, man's gasping for air. Yeah, we'll laugh at that. You're my kind of people. Now, you know how they got the menu on the wall over the counter? All this man can do is breathe and point. Like, and the girl says, can I help you? I feel so stupid doing this. At this point in the show every night, you know what thought goes through my mind? James, why don't you just go get a job? It's too late. You know, I could have been a forklift operator. I could. My dad was, and his dad before him. When I got out of high school, my dad could have got me on down there at the plant where he works, just like that. But did I take it? No. I want a bucket of chicken. And then the girl says something ridiculous like, how do you want that cooked? You want original, extra crispy, or what? Trust me, people, this man don't care. She could spit in there, he don't care. Give him a live chicken, he'll kill it. She's talking to a human being that's about to eat a bucket of food. Oh my, see, you gotta learn to have a good time every day. No matter how much money you're making, what kind of job you got, what kind of house you live in, we all have a day that comes along where on that day, we feel kind of sorry for ourselves, like everybody around us has got a better life than us. They're making more money, they got a better house. And we're just tired of Chattanooga, tired of where we live, we're just bored, like the world's going by and leaving us behind. On a day like that, you need some excitement in your life, a spark to your day. You listen to what I'm telling you, I wouldn't lead you wrong. You try this sometime. It is against the law to go through a red light. It is not against the law to stop on green. I do that every once in a while. Oh, it's chaos. See, they didn't think anybody would ever do it. There's no law on the books. The policeman's going to pull you over and he's going to say, hey, you stopped on green. And you can say, yeah, I know it. Have a good day. You ever heard somebody say this? I'm out of work, I don't have any money, I can't go anywhere, but I still like to see other people have a good time. Liars, liars, liars. I'm going to be honest with you, if I'm miserable, I'm going to mess up somebody's life. Here's what you can do. If you're not working, all you're doing is watching television. So anytime, Monday through Friday, right at lunchtime, when McDonald's is the busiest, go through their drive-in window, order a bunch of stuff, then pretend your car won't start. Just sit there and block the window. Sometimes you'll have cars lined up a half mile, and every one of them's got to be back to work in 30 minutes, except you. And you ain't got diddly squat today. Just get out and sit on the hood. Wave at them. You can talk to them if you want to. You can say things like, how long y'all get for lunch? Every American should go to Huntsville, Alabama, once a year just to get in touch with reality. And let me explain that to you. The whole country is so complicated we can't keep up with it. The people of Huntsville are trying single-handedly to keep it simple, like God intended. Of course, now, if you're from Huntsville, you don't say Huntsville. You say Huntsville. But, now listen, the main thoroughfare through that city up there is Memorial Parkway. They built a big shopping mall there. They named it The Mall. I like that. Here's what they would have done somewhere else. They would have appointed committees, spent thousands of dollars to come up with just the right name. Not up there. They went to the people. And they said, what should we name this? And the people said, well, what are you building? They said, we're building a mall. And the people of Huntsville said, well, God, no. Yeah, I got a suggestion for you.